Hey there YouTube, it's Marvin here. Welcome to the channel. Another dashcam installation in my F-150. I know I installed multiple dashcam in my truck before. I think 2 to 3 dashcam OEM style, but as you guys can see, that is not here anymore. It's not that I didn't like them. They were very good cameras, but I just found something that I really wanted in this truck. This is the Rearview Mirror Dash Cam, which means that the camera is built into the mirror, and this replaced the whole factory rear view mirror. By the way, as you guys can see, the sensor right here is for the auto dimming, and this one has it also. So this one is from Topdisplay. They sent this to me for free, of course, to test and review and to show you guys how quick and easy it is to install. Again, it replaced the whole thing, including the arm, as you guys can see right there. So the installation is very quick. The only thing that it will take time is to run the cable all the way to the back for the rear camera, and yes, it comes with the rear camera as well. It also has built-in GPS, so we have another short cable to route somewhere here for the antenna, but that's about it. So that said, let's start with a quick unboxing so that I can show you guys what we get inside the box. And after that, I can show you how did I quickly install this, how did I remove the factory mirror and replace it with this Topdisplay. Also, I can share with you the day and night driving footage so that you guys can decide if this camera is for you. All right, so this is how I receive it. It's in the box, inside the box, which I always appreciate. Again, double protection is better than one. Of course, I already opened it, but when you receive it, you just have to pull this, which I didn't know actually. So I use a knife. So that's the seal of the box. If you receive it, the seal is broken, it means someone has opened it already. It's pretty straightforward. This is pretty thick box as well. Look at that. And you get a padding on top. So here's what you get inside the box. The user manual. Let's take it out. Let's see if this is nice actually. It's color, not black and white, so that's gonna be easy to read and to see. And you get a warranty card, activate your warranty and get tech support. And at the bottom it says scan the QR code to know more, probably more details, the setting and setup. So just gonna put this back in the plastic bag. Here it is, the mirror dash cam. There you go. That is really a mirror. You can see me right there. And at the bottom you find the power button, also the hole for speaker. And at the top we got the AV in, that's for the rear camera. We got the SD card slot, which has 64GB SD card pre-installed right there. And I'm just gonna put it back. And lastly, we got the GPS port. This is supposed to go up. So yeah, when you receive this, this is gonna be upside down just because of the packaging. So it has to go like that. And under that, the port for factory harness. And this must be the sensor for the auto dimming, right? So let's put this down. What else we get? Right, so we got the rear camera cable. And what else? Just one more bag and that's it. Right, so here's the GPS antenna and the mounting bracket for the mirror dash cam and some double-sided tape and the screw. That should be for the back camera. So by the way, this camera is waterproof, so you can install it outside the vehicle. It doesn't have to be really inside. So all we need is the Phillips screwdriver. You can see right there, there's a guide on both sides. So just gonna go one way, it's like that. And then put that screw in. I'm going to tighten it as tight as I can. There you go, because again, when the vehicle is moving, this is gonna be shaking a bit. So make sure that the screw is properly tight. And the arm is not plastic, it's metal actually. So that's gonna be really strong. So that's everything we got in the box. The front camera built into the mirror, the rear camera, GPS antenna and the cable, user manual, and the screw and the double-sided tape. Right, so to remove the factory rearview mirror, we need a D15 right there. It's already in my hand. Then we just have to loosen this screw. You don't have to take it out all the way, and then slide it up just like that. And of course we have to take out the harness by pressing the tab right there, and that's it. Okay, so the bottom one is the factory and the top one is the top display. As you can see, that's the sensor for auto dimming, and the top display has it as well. I'm not sure if that is functional because it didn't say in the manual. Anyway, but because this is a mirror dash cam, it looks like already auto dim all the time, so I don't really think that the auto dimming sensor right there is necessary. Before I mount the top display, I just want to try the connector if it's going to fit. Yeah, it fits, but I don't hear the click. Yeah, it doesn't click, but it fits. Let's see. All right, so I found out why the connector doesn't click when plugging it into the top display. As you guys can see that there's a big difference between the two connectors. It's right there. The notch that is supposed to, you know, like the tab, the locking tab supposed to go. The top display is inside, and this is the original, is sticking outside right there. So the locking tab of the connector does not reach that notch, so it doesn't click. So when I tried installing the top display, I found out that it does not fit because there's a little bit difference between the factory bracket and the top display bracket. I don't know if you guys can see that this is a lot thicker. So what we have to do is to remove the cover using the plastic pry tool. Start from this corner here on the right, just like that. Should come off easily. Now we can slide the top display into the bracket. It has a pre-installed Phillips screw already in the bracket, so you just have to tighten it. Okay, just like that, not too tight. And then we can install back the cover. Just like that. That's so easy. You can plug the factory harness. Again, it doesn't click, but it stay in place, so it's not gonna go anywhere. And we can plug in the GPS and the rear camera, and that's it. And then I'm going to hang this mountain biking ornaments, whatever you call this. This was given to me by my brother-in-law when I still used to do mountain biking a lot, and I think it's really nice. There, that's good. So earlier when I tried to run the rear camera cable to the back, I ran into an issue because the cable is not long enough to reach where I wanted to mount the rear camera. My plan is to install it right above the hitch so that when the tailgate is down, I can still see what's behind me while reversing the truck. As you guys can see that the factory reverse camera is mounted on the tailgate, so when the tailgate is down, the camera is just facing the ground. That said, I'm not going to install the rear camera this time because the cable is not long enough. Also, the rear camera bracket is not designed to be mounted on the inside. I'll have to contact Top Display to see if they have an extension cable. Otherwise, I'll probably modify and extend the cable myself. For now, I'm just going to hook up the camera so I can show you that it is working. Then we'll take a look at the features of this mirror dash cam, and after that, I'll show you some sample day and night driving footage so that again, you can judge it for yourself. Right, so that is the front camera. Then you can switch it to the rear camera right there. Maybe just it like that, I guess is better. right, so that you guys can see it clearly. Oh, that's really cool. Actually, it's tracking the object right there. So, and again, you can make it a full screen for the rear camera, which is really good to assist you when you're reversing. That's exactly why I wanted to install it outside. Again, so front camera full screen, rear camera full screen, and both camera front on the left and the right is the rear camera. That's exactly what I need for this truck. Too bad the cable is not long enough to reach. Well, and once everything is completely installed, I'm going to make a follow-up video so that I can show you guys how the rear camera really works. And also, of course, that's gonna take a while, so that's another like follow-up review of this camera, if what I think about it. Anyway, let's go to the settings. I'm just gonna put this one down because my hand is already tired. Actually, it's just right there. It sits there really well. Anyway, right, so let's go to the settings by hitting the back button right there. See, that's the driving recorder. When you go there, it's gonna go back to the camera view. You hit the back again. Here's the main screen. You can see the SSD indicator, the power indicator right there, and the back button, also the home button. And the date, you can change that if you want to. It's showing July 1st, 2026. I think that's the correct date. And the time, it shows military time, but I think there's an option to change that. And the smart driving, so we have the advanced driver's assist system. That is really good features. We have the BSD and we have the LCA as well. Because I'm recording, the camera shows lots of reflection on the screen, but in person it's actually very clear. So if the ADAS is turned on, the dash cam uses the front camera to track objects or cars in front of you, and the BSD and the LCA features will be disabled. When the ADAS is off, you can turn on the BSD and LCA instead. This feature will use the rear camera for blind spot detection and lane change assist. It's actually really interesting system, and I'll cover it more detail in my follow-up video once I properly install the rear camera. I'm really curious to see how accurate these safety features on the Topdisplay mirror dashcam are. Now let me show you the video quality from the front camera. Again, I don't have the rear camera installed yet, so I can't show you the rear camera footage at this time. So the Topdisplay front camera records in 4K with 150 degrees field of view. I would say that the color and picture quality are amazing. You also have to keep in mind that the camera is mounted on the rear view mirror, so it's farther away from the windshield. Because of that, you'll notice a bit more glare and reflection compared to the dash cam that is mounted directly on the windshield. Running back Sean Millington named to the 2026 Canadian Football Hall of Fame class. At the U.S. Open, it's round 2. Wyndham Clark, the leader, at 7 under. Abbotsford's Nick Taylor, 5 over. The projected cut is weather guarantee brought to you by Hero Home Care. Another thing to consider is that because the camera is built into the rearview mirror, its position is slightly more to the right than a typical windshield mount dashcam. That means you will lose a little bit of coverage on the left side. It's not a huge difference, but it's something to keep in mind if you are comparing it to a traditional dashcam. Also ignore the date on the bottom left corner because I haven't set that up, so it's still showing 2025. So that is the installation and my thoughts of the Topdisplay Rearview Mirror Dash Cam. I really like how easy it is to install, and it gives you the interior a super clean OEM look. It also has way more features than I expected. The ADAS, VSD, and LCA safety features are really impressive. As I mentioned earlier, I'll be making a follow-up review once I have the rear camera installed. That will also give me more time to use it and real-world driving, so I can share my actual experience with you and let you know how well all of those safety features really work. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more installation videos and honest reviews like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.